Real Madrid, champions of Europe. How often have we said that? Real Madrid sealed their 15th Champions League title against Borussia Dortmund as they beat them 2 goals to nil at Wembley Stadium. Thanks to goal from Dani Carvajal and Vinicius Jr., Real Madrid sealed the 2024 Champions League title. But what happened in the game? Because according to me, Borussia Dortmund looked like they were favorites to win this game. And especially in the first half, they had the better chances and they had probably the best chance of the game. When Karim Adeyemi was one-on-one with Thibaut Courtois and he tried to run the keeper but took it too wide and missed a really golden chance. And even Karim Adeyemi had another chance when he was through on goal but couldn't convert or could have squared it to full crook but chose not to. And that's what cost Borussia Dortmund, that they weren't clinical and they didn't take their moments. They had their fair share of moments in this final, and against a team like Real Madrid, a champion team like Real Madrid, serial winners, you can't afford to have that because they are going to punish you. And in a crunch final, that mentality that even if you get one chance, you need to have one goal. And I think that's where Borussia Dortmund lacked the edge to beat Real Madrid in this final. And even on a preview show, our panelist had mentioned that Borussia Dortmund are not going to get a lot of chances in this game, but the ones they do get, they have to take it clinically, and they failed to do so, and that was their undoing in this final. But meanwhile, going into half time, Borussia Dortmund had an XG, the expected goals ratio, of 1.82. Meanwhile, Real Madrid had an XG of 0.08. That's how Borussia Dortmund played in the first half and probably should have been ahead going into the second half. But they weren't. But the game was at nil-nil. And in such a final, if you give Real Madrid a sniff, they are going to punish you. And that's what happened as Dani Carvajal finally broke the deadlock. And after that, the game just opened. And that's where Real Madrid have shown their mentality time and again, that when it comes to these moments, these crunch moments, they are the team because they can stay and soak up all the pressure. They were compact defensively. They did give 2 or 3 chances away to Borussia Dortmund, but Thibaut Courtois made a couple of good saves and the defense was compact. But when they had their moment in attack, they pounced like a tiger. Dani Carvajal scored from a corner, and after that, the game was all Real Madrid because Borussia Dortmund were forced to attack, and that left them horribly vulnerable on the counter attack. And Vinicius Jr.'s goal just showed his Ballon d'Or credentials, and like it was the final, and he showed up and he scored the goal that has effectively sealed the Champions League title. It was an Ian Maatsen error that led to the goal. Bellingham pounced on that error and put Vinicius Jr. through, and he finished with a plum. All in all, you can say on one side that Borussia Dortmund did not deserve to lose this final based on the chances they had and the way they played. But in the end, the scoreline is all that matters, and nobody sees who played the better football. And like the 14 other times, Real Madrid have been on the right side of the scoreline, and they've made it 9 finals without a defeat. This was Real Madrid's 9th win in a row in the UEFA Champions League final. That is just incredible. They are serial winners. They've done it time and again. They've given Toni Kroos a fitting farewell. Not quite a farewell for Luka Modric, as he's extended his contract by a further year. The 38-year-old became the oldest player to play in the Champions League since Paolo Maldini in 2007 in the Champions League final. And guess who was the manager for AC Milan in 2007 when Paolo Maldini played? Of course, it was Carlo Ancelotti. And that was the case in this final as well. Luka Modric managed by Carlo Ancelotti. I think that it was a really good final, emotional final, because not just Toni Kroos, it was Marco Reus's farewell as well as a Borussia Dortmund player, and he's got to be one of the unluckiest players in football history. He's lost a final at Wembley once again after the heartbreak in 2013 against Bayern Munich. So, let us know in the comments below, what do you think? Did Marco Reus deserve to win the Champions League this year? Did Toni Kroos get the fitting farewell that he deserved? Federico Valverde surely did get his jersey number as the number of Champions League titles for Real Madrid, but there's a twist in that as well. He is the number 8 for Real Madrid. Toni Kroos has handed over his number 8 shirt to Federico Valverde. Let us know in the comments below, what do you think of the final? Do you think Borussia Dortmund deserved to win? Do you think that Real Madrid did not really play well, but they ended up winning eventually? Let us know in the comments below.